Hi everybody. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about not reading enough and having too much pressure to read. So I decided to make this video after seeing Olivia's discussion video about the very same topic, and I'll link that in the description below. You should definitely go and check that out as well. But I wanted to come into this with my own 2 cents. It's something that booktubers tend to discuss now and again. So far for the year, I've read 8 books, and that's the first thing. Some people will look at that and be like, you have not read anything as yet. And some people will look at that and be like, wow, you've read more books than I've read in 10 years. So it's a relative thing, and we all know this. Even if you read 2 books a year, some people will look at you and be like, wow, that's amazing. When I first started reading, I did so at my own pace and my own will. I'm not saying that booktube is spoiling my reading life, that is absolutely not the case. But with booktube, I think definitely comes the pressure to read. And this has really nothing to do with watching other booktubers who are wrapping up like 5, 10, 15, even more books by the end of the month. This has to do more with me and thinking about what my audience wants to see and what the general wider booktube audience wants to see. For the longest time, I'd been caught up in this whole idea that if I'm not reading a lot, then I won't get a lot of views, because if I don't have like 6 books in a wrap up, people won't really care to watch my videos. And that's kind of true when you think about it. People will quicker watch a wrap up than they would ever watch a book review, which is kind of understandable, because it's like you mightn't be interested in a particular book, but if there's a group of books, there's a wider chance that you'd be more interested in that. But I also feel like it has a lot to do with quantity over quality with a lot of people. I can't really speak for everybody, but I can speak for myself. Just last year, I used to like set these unrealistic goals of reading like 10 to 15 books each month so that I can have a big wrap up. And that's when it hit me that I really was focusing a lot on the quantity of my reading experience than I was on the quality. I should be reading for fun. I should be reading because I want to. I should be reading because I'm in the mood to do it. I shouldn't be reading so that I can just fill up this quota and reach this goal. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to have like a Goodreads goal, or to like count the amount of books that you're reading, or to like hope that you read 100 books for the year or something like that. That's great and that's wonderful, and that's actually quite helpful and motivating for a lot of people. But I don't think for me at the end of the day, I should get caught up on numbers, because when I make booktube videos, I love talking about books like Beauty Queens and A Tale for the Time Being and Purple Hibiscus and Homegoing. And I loved those books because I enjoyed them, and that's what this is all about. I also wanted to talk about feeling ashamed of yourself for not reading enough. So you see it a lot of the times when you're watching a booktuber's wrap up. A lot of the times you would hear some of them saying things like, oh well, I only read 3 books this month, I only read 2 books this month, I feel so bad, and kind of just like really coming down on themselves because they didn't read as much books as they wanted to. Olivia mentioned this in her video as well, but us readers do have some privilege to an extent. We are able to access books, whether we can access them at a library or whether we can use our money to purchase them or whether we can borrow them. We also have the ability to read, which is something that not a lot of people have. There is no 100% literacy rate in any country, I'm sure. If you enjoyed that 1 book or that half of a book or that, quarter of a book, it's still worth it. Your reading month was just as good as the other person who read more books. So I guess the purpose of this very short video is for me to just tell you all that, if you haven't been reading as much as you wanted to, if you're in a reading slump, if you didn't make your goal, if you didn't read as much books as you did this month, just treasure and value and appreciate what you were able to read, and just be happy that you were able to read something this month. And if you were able to read something this month, or you were able to read something recently, I am very happy for you as well. That being said, I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, inshallah, keep reading.